Unfortunately, my Italian is not so good, so we have to do this podcast in English.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting as well.
But I think
international podcast.
Our followers should they speak English. I'm hoping.
Yeah, most of them, I guess. Your followers for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really happy that Jamal is here in the house. You are usually guest of the house, and now it's the first time you are guest of Podcan. This podcast about storytelling, music, and artists who want to share some tales, some stories.
So I'm also not very familiar with the usual procedure.
Yeah. Me neither. That's why I'm really thankful. And I would like to ask you, what is your favorite mood when you play? Or I mean, is it the mood important for you? And what do you tell me about mood?
When you play, you mean?
Yeah.
When you play guitar, yeah, of course. I think it's extremely important to, as a musician, that you have to be in the correct mood. If you don't enjoy, people don't enjoy as well. So it's first you that needs to enjoy the music that you are making. So there is that part of being a musician is another thing, is a complete another story, which is not related to anything technical, but it's about how you should think, how you should feel when you make the music. And also the very essence of making music or making art is like to transfer your own emotions, your own feelings to the listener, and your instrument is just a means to do that. But the goal is to transfer your emotions or the emotion that you have to the listener. So if you don't have any emotion, if you're not in the mood at that moment, it means that you have nothing to transfer to the listener. So for this reason, it's important to be, for the musician or anyone who makes art, that person should be in the mood, basically.
Yeah.
Should feel something. It can be anything, but should feel something.
I like this. It can be anything.
It can be anything. It can be like a positive happiness, or it can be sadness, or any type of feeling. And it is the goal, the aim of the musician to transfer that to the listener.
Yeah.
To whoever, basically. And that's only when you do that, people appreciate. You have to, as a musician, that you have to change. You have to make them feel something with your instrument, but their feelings has to change. They should experience a change in their feelings when you play music. You have to achieve that. That's the goal. That's what we should do. That's our job. So it's not like just playing guitar, playing guitar. It's not just that. It's much more than that. Our job is.
Yeah. I love when people slow down, for instance. Maybe people, they don't stop, but sometimes they can slow down, and I like to do this for them. Sometimes people, they walk and they don't even realize to be here and now, because they are totally into their thoughts, and they walk fast, think fast. Mm-hmm. And when they hear some music, suddenly they are more connected with the present moment and with their feelings, maybe, and they actually slow down. And I ask you this question because I know that you play blues, and for me, blues is that kind of music where the mood it is very relevant. I mean, it's relevant, as you said, in every form of artistic expression.
Exactly like that, basically. Because not only that I play the blues, but I'm also improvising.
Yeah.
And improvisation is, you have to be in the mood to improvise in a good way.
You have to feel something that you want to communicate.
Yes, exactly. You have to feel something.
You are connected with that, and then you improvise.
Exactly. But also there are also technical elements at play when you improvise as well. The most important thing is that I think that your improvisation your musical improvisation has to have a narrative, a story in itself. So it is not just playing some licks or playing some notes together. It is more than that. Again, that you need to have a narrative, like how at different sections, and you have to also a form. Basically, your improvisation has to have a form, which is very important. So that's another thing that improvisation players has to achieve instantly at that moment.
Yeah, you are telling phrases and you are telling a story.
Yes, basically. Yeah, because fundamentally it is extremely relevant to what you do too, and what we all do when we play music. We have to have, I think, a clear idea of what is the responsibility of an artist, and when you have a clear idea of that definition, then you understand that you have a responsibility. So at that point, it is not only about making money.
Sure.
And when you go out there to play in the street, that you also have a responsibility. It is not just I will play these songs and people will give me money. It is much more than that. You have a responsibility to influence the society, the people, actually, for the better. You have to influence them in a good way. You have to, how can I say, change their minds for the better. And you do that. You do it with the music, basically. That's the responsibility of the artist.
I try to do that with stories, but actually, even if you don't tell any word, you can give this message. It is a visual message, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
If you see someone who is there and making some background, I think you when you make music, you are really breaking some walls.
Yeah.
And that's a social message. Even if you don't want to give that message, you are giving that message.
Exactly. Just to be there is a message too.
Yeah, just to be there and
there is a message.
Sharing your giving your heart as a present for people.
For our friend group, in our friend group that we always talk about, Pink Floyd, it is one of the discussions.
Yeah.
And there are many things that actually we musicians we can learn from Pink Floyd. Pink Floyd is not just music, but a teacher also to me. I mean, in technical terms, but also what is the responsibility of an artist. And when you look at the early days of Pink Floyd, that you see that their main goal is actually to they have a message for the society, and they want to transfer this message to the listeners. So that is the most important thing for them in their early days. This is so important for them that it creates another important thing, which is the relationship between them and the audience. For this reason, for Pink Floyd, the relationship between them and the audience has always been an important subject. And the whole album is all about the relationship between the band and the audience. There is a bigger story, actually, but now it's not time to go into deep because it's a long conversation. I would like to talk about how I used to have your guitar to the audience, for our audience.
Yeah.
that actually Simone was so kind to lend me this guitar, which is a Fender Stratocaster,
Yeah.
made in USA. For a very long time, maybe more than 6 months, for a very long time I had your guitar. And I enjoyed it immensely.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I right now I have an emotional connection to this guitar, to that guitar. After that, I bought myself this guitar.
Yeah.
And I had to change the strings of this guitar last week. And I had a very hard time to changing the strings of this guitar. And the reason is that when I bought this guitar, the guy who was selling the guitar, he told me that's a Floyd Rose. And when he said that because of the style that I play, I'm more familiar with Fender, this kind of guitar. But this is more like a metal guitar, and I never played metal in my whole life. So I didn't know what Floyd Rose was. I didn't know what it was. So I didn't pay very much attention.
Is it another system?
It's exactly another system, and I learned that
Another system for the holding the strings.
For the strings, yes. And actually, Floyd Rose is the name of the person. I think he's American. I'm not sure.
Mm.
He invented this system, and he took the patent of it. That's why it is called Floyd Rose. This system.
Ah, okay.
And there are the disadvantage of this system is the difficulty of tuning. That's the disadvantage of that. So that's why I had a very hard time tuning the guitar, because I was tuning as it is not a Floyd Rose, and I couldn't tune it. I had a number of issues that specifically that this part would angle too much, like this way, and the strings would go farther away from the board.
Okay.
I had to make that thing flat, and I could only do it by turning some screws on the back of the guitar, which I didn't know. But at the back of the guitar, I also do some stuff there. But in the end, I'm happy to say that I managed to tune the guitar. But right now, I'm still having some problems. But I think my guitar is in tune. But we will see.
You had to find your balance with this.
Exactly.
You know, I remember you told me that, and I think when you play this kind of music and this kind of guitars, the one important thing to communicate your mood, I think, is the touch. And not only the mood, but the touch somehow is unique. It is maybe the soul of the person, not only the mood, but also the unique soul of the player. Like once we were talking about Carlos Santana, for instance.
Yeah. Actually, it is one of the things that is said a lot, that there is an expression which states that the tone is in your fingers, which is, people say that, a lot of people say that. I have to say that I don't fully agree with that statement, which is, it is true that the tone is in your fingers, but when you say something like that, it completely neglects all the technical aspects. Only gives emphasis
to the touch,
which is not true. Of course, the touch is unique and it makes a big difference, but you cannot neglect all the knobs,
all the other skills,
all the other technical parts of your amp, of your gear, of your tone.
Yeah, sure.
This is a very common practice, that when you want to buy a new gear, a new pedal, a new amp, that
of course,
people say
the sound is the result of many variables.
Many varieties. It is not only your fingers. That's
of course
what I'm saying. But
sure.
But of course, I mean, the most important guitarists, they have their signature sound. They have, and it is, and when you hear just a tone, not only one note, not like not a lick, just one note.
Yeah.
With that tone, you can recognize which guitarist is that person. Like really good guitarists, they have their own tone, they have their own sound, and you can recognize that even with one note immediately. So it makes a big difference, and especially for electric guitar players and for lead guitar players, it is important for them to find their own tone. Unfortunately, a lot of people make the mistake of to be like other famous guitarists. They want to be like someone.
Yeah, sure.
It is also something, I think, is something wrong. That it's always a better idea to follow your own path. Especially the beginners, they should take their own path and don't try to be like someone else.
When I think they have to take their own Pat Metini or Pat Martino. If you don't sound like Pat Martino or Pat Metini, it's not good. Do you agree with me?
I agree.
This mean when you say their own path, you mean this?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Actually, you sound unique when you play. You don't want to look like someone else.
Actually, it also depends on if you are doing a cover of any other song or you're playing over a backing track. It also depends on that.
Yeah.
So if you are playing a well-known song, your tone settings should be like the original piece.
Yeah.
But if you are improvising on a backing track, then it's a good idea to find your own tone.
Yeah.
But I personally, David Gilmour has some influence for me personally.
Yeah. You don't want to look like him, but you have some influence.
I have some influence because of his. He uses delay.
Delay
Delay a lot, and he doesn't use reverb. And a lot of people think that he uses reverb, but he never uses reverb. That's wrong. Whoever thinks that.
Guys, please. Who are these people? Come on.
These people there are a lot of them in the Pink Floyd guitar forums.
Fan club.
Guitar forums, you can find them.
Okay, there are in the guitar forum people say
guitar forums, yes.
Or use the reverb, and you.
No, actually, okay. The thing is that actually, Italy is one of the countries that has the biggest number of Pink Floyd tribute bands.
Yeah.
So in Italy, there are a big number of Pink Floyd tribute bands, but also it is also a very profitable job. And if you're playing Pink Floyd, you make a lot of money.
Yeah.
There is such thing, also. So when you go to any guitar community, that actually a lot of guitarists they play Pink Floyd, of course, and they try to find the tone, the correct tone. And these are the people who are looking for the effects. Maybe they're not in your followers.
Yeah, but that's true. There is a huge amount of people which try to reach that sound, and that sound it's a signature sound also. For a tribute band, it is very important. Once I was listening, and there is also like a classification. There is not all the tributes band are in the same level. There is like the tribute band which is like recognized as an official one, and actually you can hear it. Yeah. They got the point. They got the point even in the, settings, equalization, delay, guys, reverb, come on, reverb.
Getting an influence is one thing, and trying to be like another musician is another thing. I think the important thing is that, of course, you will have influence, but you have to process that influence in a way that the result will be original to you.
Yeah, it's like in physics, nothing is created. Energy. You don't create energy, you don't destroy energy, you only transform it.
Yeah, there is a such thing.
Thank you that you help me when I try to tell, because I often say these things in Italian language. If I have to shift in English language, it is not always easy. But thank you for your help.
You're welcome.
It is also a pleasure to talk with you, because you are a very easy person somehow. Easy, like gentle, very gentle.
You too. So I think this podcast is a very good idea also for this reason, because you're a good host.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that this will continue.
Yeah.
I will be following that. Did you already decide for the next guest? Do you have people in your mind? Maybe we shouldn't tell in front of the camera, but maybe if they don't know.
There are many friends. I think about friends. Mm-hmm. I also thought about Ian, but Ian, it is no, really. I think no, he's friendly. I don't want to say that he's not friendly, but he's very expensive artist, Ian. But when he will listen to this podcast, he will say, "No, I will go for free, just to do the opposite,
I think Ian would accept this.
No, I will never come for free. He will. So I tell this, so he will come for free.
We will see.
Yeah. I like that he's ironic. He can understand. I mean, he works with irony. Yeah. Ironic stuff.
That's his job,
yeah. Yeah, I thought about many friends. And yes, about listening, thank you. I want to be better in listening, because I want to be a container. I don't want to bring so many contents. I don't have to. Sometimes I try to do that. But to be a container, it's more challenging for me. Less contents and more container. The content is from the guest.
Okay, very nice.
From you. And thank you, because you were bringing very interesting contents.
Yeah, I mean, I had some. When you invited me for this podcast, we already talk with you. We already talk about music all the time. So it's also a good idea to publish these discussions. I
thought, that's true. Because actually, Hey Joe, we can do it.
If you want, we can finish with Hey Joe.
Yeah.
Unless we can also finish with that, yes. But what was the key of that Hey Joe?
E minor, I would say.
E minor.
G, E minor.
E minor, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's finish with Hey Joe then.
Okay, thank you. I will change guitar for that.
Okay.
I will. Oh yeah. where you going with that gun in your hand? Hey Joe, I said, where you going with that gun in your hand? So I mess around with another man. I'm gonna shoot my leg, you know, so I mess around, and shoot it again. You know, I shot it. I'm just curious. Can we try to put your guitar here, but you don't? Then you have different effects.
Should I connect?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can try. Because of the sound.
No, because of the volume.
Because of the volume.
Yeah, because now I'm like the minimum, but
maybe I can turn off my volume. Yeah.
If you can, yes.
Yeah, of course I can.
A lot.
Let's try now.
Oh yeah. All right. Yeah. Keep it like that.